Hey guys, this is Hell Hades and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So this is going to be a guide for new players coming into the game who just want to get a kind of firm standing on what should I be doing, how should I choose my champions, what should I gear first, all of those type of things. So I'm basically going to take you past the most important element of this game. Not the most important, one of the most important things at the start here, and that is who should I choose as my starter champion. And you get obviously these four here which are kind of on the screen now. All of them are possible to choose as your starter champion. They're all actually pretty strong as in terms of rare heroes in this game, so there's not a poor choice here in terms of will they do damage, but there's definitely one champion that stands out as a champion that can actually see you right through to a later stage of this game, and that's going to be Kale, who is the third champion here with the kind of purple robe on. And he is going to be the person that you want to choose, not this girl that's getting eaten up. She's getting eaten up for a reason. She's not strong enough. So yeah, so basically Kale is your best choice starter hero, and there's a number of reasons for that. So he is actually viable right through to endgame in the clan boss, which is an area where you'll get a lot of your rewards as you start to progress through the game. And he's also viable in things like the Dragon's Lair that you just saw there, right through to endgame as well. So Kale is going to be your... I'm just seeing what all this is going on. So Kale is going to be your best choice, this one here. If you don't want to choose Kale for whatever reason, then your only other choice, which is kind of even close to the same level of ability, is Aethel. Aethel is a good kind of clan boss hero early on. She's also a good wave clear, which is what you need to level up quickly. But for me, it's going to be Kale. So Kale's first choice, and it's going to be someone that stays with you for a long, long time in this game. He's definitely going to be the kind of crux of your clan boss team and dungeon teams. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've literally just started this account. I can't unlock any of the kind of main buildings and stuff yet. I'm too early level. But I just want to go through some of the kind of real early stage do's and don'ts in this game, because it's actually where a lot of people go wrong and causes a lot of frustration, causes you want to perhaps quit the game early, or perhaps forces you to almost restart the game because you didn't quite get what you were looking for. So let's go through a few. So I'm going to start with the do's. As I just said there, do pick Kale as your starter hero unless you've got a real reason why you don't want to. Kale generally will be the best champion to see you through, a number of different areas of the game, and is really strong. Do activate XP boosts when you're about to go farming, so you can win XP boosts through some of the daily and weekly ability. So this weekly quest here gives you an XP boost. Whenever you've got that available, use that if you're going to try and farm some experience, because it greatly helps you. You do get options of getting these through various different things, but getting the extra daily XP as well is good. So do use these when you've got them available. Do make sure that you focus on leveling up your champions. There's a lot of things in this game that can act as quite big distractions. So examples would be a lot of the dungeon content when that's unlocked, a lot of the that's probably the main thing really. Lots of dungeons that you think, I need to get myself into dragon, I need to be farming the spider. You're not ready for it. You're probably not ready for it for a long time. You can do a couple of forays into it and get yourself a few bits of gear, but I would say avoid it as much as you can. Your focus should be from moving your champion from level 1 at the moment, but from level 3 star up to 4 star, up to 5 star, up to 6 star. And that takes some time to do. You probably, even if you're an active gamer, that's going to take you a couple of weeks to do at least. And with that, make sure that you focus your time on one champion. So don't spread yourself between 3, 4, 5 champions. It will take you much longer. And once you've powered somebody up to maximum level, this game becomes way easier. So your biggest kind of commitment is to try and get one champion, and it's probably going to be this starter hero, unless you pull some really good champions instead. He's probably going to be your main focus. He's going to be your person that helps you farm the campaign, and the campaign is where you're going to spend most of your early time. Do follow missions and quests. So quests give you kind of daily rewards, weekly rewards. They're all useful. It's going to give you silver. It's going to give you experience, which helps you level up like this. It's going to give you energy. It's going to give you arena tokens. All of those things help you progress your game. So do follow these daily quests, weekly quests. Do keep up to date with challenges. Again, they're little things to keep you on track in this game, to help you understand the game. Some of them are quite tedious and frustrating, but they give you rewards. Just this one, done this one here, an extra bit of silver. Silver is very hard to come by in this game early on, so make sure that you continue to do those quests. And I think that's probably it for the do's. So I'm going to go on to the don'ts. Don't use, see this skill book here as a reward. Don't use it yet. Hold on to these skill books, these skill tomes. They're quite hard to come by. As you get further into the game, these rare tomes become much easier to come by, but the epic ones and the legendary ones are really hard to get. Don't use them on rare champions. Save epic skill tomes until you are 100% certain that the champion you're about to skill up is worthwhile to skill up. That's probably the most important thing. That's probably the biggest mistake that people making this game make, or playing this game make. Don't randomly spend your gems. Don't spend your gems on things like the sparring pit. Don't spend your gems on things like refreshing the market. I would save your gems for as long as you can until you've got a firm grasp on whether you are going to be a long-term player. If you are, then the gem mine becomes useful, but it's a long-term investment. You won't get your investment back for about 150 days. So if you're not the sort of person that plays a game like this for a long time, then the mine is useless for you. If you are the sort of person that plays a game for a long time, and maybe you come from a game and you've played it for a year solid, then the mine might be a good investment for you. Don't use other epic champions to level up your champion pool. Epics are generally better than rares, and they can also get buffed later on in the game. So unless it's a necessity, you can level up commons and uncommons, like this sniper hero here, to feed into your main heroes to level them up. Don't use better champions. Okay, so let's get into some of the early gameplay then. So start off with level 1 hero. You get rare heroes which start as a 3-star, common or uncommons which start as a 2-star. A common would be a 1-star, an epic would be a 4-star, and you rank up from common to uncommon to epic to rare. Sorry, to rare to epic to legendary. That's the way it works. They start off completely with no gear at all, and then you can get gear from dungeons. So at the moment I've got a better weapon here which I can equip. It costs me silver to equip any weapons. I've also got a shield, which is kind of like my first login bonus, so I can equip that as well. When you get certain items, you get gear sets. So this was an attack item. These 2 are attack items. When I put the 2 on together, I get a bonus which gives me plus 15% additional attack. Early on, this is really useful. These attack items are really good for your farmer, so it's going to help you do the content quicker. All of these top items here have a flat standard stat. So every single weapon is going to give you attack as its standard stat, and then you get random substats. So this one's got speed and HP, which is health points. You can also get things like critical damage, critical rates, which are better for attack class champions. So what I would say is early on, you can upgrade gear. I wouldn't upgrade gear past level 4 early on. And then when you get a few levels in, I still wouldn't upgrade it much past level 8. After level 8, it starts to get really expensive to upgrade your gear. See, that only cost me about 6,000 there. If I then take the same piece up to level 8, you'll see each turn now is starting to cost close to 6,000. And the higher the level of the item, the more likely you are to fail rolling an item. I didn't fail at all yet. Whereas if I level this one up as well to level 8, you see this one's got defense percentage on it and HP percentage. So this isn't giving me any additional attack based benefits. All I'm doing is I'm able to take hits more. It's not ideal for your kind of campaign farmer champion. You want things which are going to give you more damage early on. As you get late into the game, actually these stats become probably more beneficial, but early on you want more damage. You see the amount of fails I've had here, so it's starting to eat away at my silver. And the ideal is you kind of want to keep hold of silver for as long as you can. Don't go and sort of splurge all your silver on your early game items, because you'll replace them quite quickly. And I did get some boots here from my kind of free early game login. Now, anything on the bottom row has a chance to roll either flat stats like you see on that top roll for your main roll, or it also has a chance to roll percentage stats. So examples are percentage HP, percentage defense, and then there's also a chance on boots to roll speed. Speed boots are definitely your preference early game, right into late game actually. So these boots here are a little bit of a waste for me. I'm going to equip them it's going to cost me nothing to equip them for now, but I'm not going to roll them at all because they're not very good. And we'll wait until we find something better in the campaign. So we've got a bit of gear now on Kale. He's going to do a bit more damage. And then what we do is we get ourselves back into the campaign and we're going to try and get ourselves through this first set of waves. Now in the campaign you've got a chance in each different dungeon to drop different sets. So in the first dungeons you've got a chance to drop life sets, which gives you more health. You've also got a chance to drop all of these different champions in each stage. So it's possible to get one of these rares like a Valerie or a, what's this guy, Conqueror. And in each different stage, once you get onto them, there's different chances to drop different champions, and they also contain different gear sets. So your aim really is to get as fast as you can into the speed dungeon, which gives you more like the gear that you want, or the lifesteal dungeon, which gives you even better gear for the your kind of early game. We're going to just kind of plow through some of this stuff. You see here what you can do is you can throw it on auto. As long as you've got a little bit of damage now coming out of your campaign farmer, we'll get through this really easily. And you do end up spending quite a lot of time in campaign just leveling up champions. Now, once you get through it, the game gets a lot more fun, if I'm honest. But you just need to get yourself through it. And a lot of people just want to get out of this and get into some other parts of the game, which is totally understandable. But you really don't have the strength to get very far outside of this campaign until you've been in here for a while and kind of really put yourself into it. So it's a shame, but it's the reality that this is where you're going to spend your time. Now early on you level up a lot and you gain energy. Every time you level up you get a full value of your energy pool as a kind of base stat. Let's see here, I've just gained a new champion because it dropped in the dungeon for me. So I've now got a Crusader as well. And actually we're in the chance now to, instead of having 2 champions, we have 3. Some champions have an aura. So Kale here, your starter champion's got an aura skill which gives you HP. These 2 other champions don't have any auras at all. You'd see it would be a little icon in the top right. You always want to put an aura on if you can. It helps you just get through the levels easier. And you see now, so we're fighting now with 3 heroes. I've only got gear, any sort of gear at all on my Kale, so I need to wait until some gear drops. And we're basically just leveling up our champions. So you see now Kale's moved up to level 3. The other guys are starting to level up as well. The champions individually level up, and we are leveling up as a hero every time we do one of these fights. So we're gaining experience, our chance to level up grows, and every time we level up we get a refresh of our energy, and we get slightly stronger basically. So that refresh of energy, it starts to accrue on your energy pool. Very quickly you end up with a lot of energy actually. You can end up with well over 1,000 energy. And you kind of get to a point where you think, I don't know how I could possibly run out of energy. And that goes right through to you being somewhere around level 30 or so. So you're leveled up again. I've now gone over max energy. Max energy is 33. I'm at 133, and I'm gaining some gems, which I'm not going to spend yet. And you see I'm onto the final boss already. Let's see if we can just take him out without having to do anything with gear. I think we will. And you're kind of just rinsing and repeating, really, with the aim of just leveling up your champions. First level, first set of dungeons, it's pretty easy. The game's designed in a way that it's kind of supportive for new champions, in terms of you're not going to find that the learning curve's too hard. It doesn't even unlock a load of the content for you, because it's trying to help new players get through the kind of starting content. And then you go into this kind of split screen once you're finished. I'm just going to skip through that. Now, the nice thing here, you see we've got a number of different rewards. So we've got a new hero, War Priest, who's a good rare as well. And we also got a number of different items. All of these items are attack class, and they're all purple, which means they're epic. Which means, if I open one up, you see how we've got 3 substats showing, whereas on a common piece of gear, which is what we've been farming in this dungeon, you don't get any substats. It just shows you the main stat of the item. So you can get from here some really nice pieces to help you through the next few stages. So what we can do now is we can come back onto our champion screen. You always want your strongest gear to be on your starter champion until you get some good rolls. This is okay. We've got attack percentage on the chest, which is better than nothing. You really want speed on the boots, so we've got speed on the boots, which is good, so I'm going to put those on him instead of those lifesteal boots. And then we've got crit rate on the gloves, which again is fantastic for an early champion. Crit rate's about as good as it gets on the gloves for an early champion, with some speed and some crit damage is about as good as we're going to find for a while. I can also just put on this helm, so if instead of replacing it, if I remove this one, but instead of removing it, I just destroy it, that won't cost me any silver to do. Whereas if I remove it, it's going to cost me 2,000 silver, which I don't want to do. It's not good enough to pay for that. So confirm, do I want to destroy? Yes, I do. I should have done that on those boots I just took off as well. And then we put on this helm. So all of a sudden we've got 6 pieces of attack gear now on our Kale, which means he's going to hit way harder. We've also got boots with some extra speed. Speed's a really important stat, so I'm going to just level those boots up to level 8. What you find is you get more benefit from leveling up the boots, the chest and the gloves than you do from the top items. So that's where you want to kind of focus any silver early on. And as I say, don't go past level 8. Level 8's as strong as you need it for this sort of level. We're going to absolutely plow through the next stages of dungeons with this gear that we've for now got, and it will be relatively easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this on and get ourselves to a few levels higher, and I can start to show you some other parts of the game. But that, I think, is enough for now. So even early in the game, you can actually get put into tournaments. So see tournaments here. The game's going to offer to sell you loads of stuff, by the way. You can just click that away, or you can even take it out in the settings. So in these tournaments, you can actually get yourself some nice rewards, including Shards to try and gain new champions, including energy, which is what this one is here. Slice that up. New champions, new gear. So this is something that's worth just understanding and just put some time into. So it tells you how you go about earning more points. So in this one, I get points for beating campaign locations. If I was on dungeons, I could get points there, and if I was in the arena, I could get points there. But for now, I'm going to focus on those dungeon locations and try and get some points from getting past those. Ideally, it's a 2-day tournament, but ideally you want to be earning yourself this shard. This blue shard is quite hard to get. They're quite hard to get. If you've got blue shards, which are called ancients, then you can roll those and see if you can get better heroes. You can also roll these mystery shards whenever you get them. Early on, I'd recommend you do that as often as you can and just try and increase your champion pool. You get a chance to roll either a common hero like this one, or a uncommon or a rare from a green shard. So you can't get yourself a legendary hero out of these shards. I feel like I'm getting the same champions over and over, but that's fine. When you get better shards, then there's chances of rolling legendary heroes and that type of thing as well. So rolling shards and doing that type of thing actually helps you to complete missions. So you see here, these missions are kind of a good sense of how are you progressing through the game. And you also get some nice rewards. So I just got an XP boost out of that mission there. I'd already completed this by putting those attack items on Kale. So it gives me some more silver. And as you see, we kind of just go through. So it's saying here, equip a rare champion, like my starter hero, Kale, with 6 offensive artifacts, level 4 or higher. So I'm only 1 item off of that. And it's still always a good sort of benchmark the missions to see, are you on the right track? So see here, 1 item on Kale that I didn't roll on. So I can upgrade that one to level 4, and that will then help me to complete that mission. So firstly, it makes me stronger. So the missions are geared or kind of set up to try and make sure that people are improving their champions. It says here, well done, you completed it. And you just go back into missions and collect up the booty, the prize. You see it's going to add energy for me and it's going to add silver. So it pretty much pays back the silver you just spent. And then it kind of goes on to say, right, clear the next stage, which is stage 7 of sewers, which is probably going to be the next campaign area that I'm on. I'll show you in a second. It's also worth keeping up to date on these challenges. So anytime you do a challenge, you can collect your loot. And yeah, so that's going to give you more silver in this one. There'll be other ones in things like the artifacts where, again, you can kind of gain silver. Once you get past the first set of levels, then you get this main reward and then you go on to the next stage. And the next stage, actually, you have a chance here, for example, of getting a shard, and you get some nice rewards. As you go to sort of part 2 of 5, then these main rewards get even better. So it's definitely worth focusing some time on doing all those things. And you see here, just doing my daily quest just helps me level up. Also, as you clear stages of the campaign, you gain rewards down here at the bottom. So I got a bit of silver for clearing that first set. It's all based on how many stars you achieve. So if you go into this one here, I'm just going to skip all the cutscenes. Go into this one here. You're able to clear, see the number of stars here. So if I cleared all of this with 2 or fewer champions without losing anyone, I could get 3 stars. If I beat the stages with a full squad but don't lose anyone, I get 2. And if I just beat the stage but I lose people, then I'll only get 1 star. So I could try and do this just with Kale and War Maiden, for example, and see if I can get myself 3 stars. Or you can come back to it later and try and get the extra stars later. That's probably a better thing to do, because you want to just kind of blitz through this stuff as quickly as you can, and you want to get as many champions experience as you can early on. Later on, when you're trying to get those rewards topped up, come back with a much stronger starter hero and you'll blitz through them really quickly. So my advice is just persevere, use your 4 champions for now, get them all leveled up as quickly as you can, and we're in a place that we can start to progress our champions. You see here, because I've leveled up the gear on Kale, he's now doing much better damage to these mobs. You can just sell off this kind of early level stuff, level 1 and level 2 stuff. You don't really need it too much at the start, and we just kind of progress through. This is kind of like the easiest version of the campaign. You do the whole campaign and then you start it again, but on like a harder setting. So the harder the setting, the more XP you'll get, the more silver you'll get, and the better item drops you're going to get. So at the moment we're getting pretty poor item drops because we're doing it on this easy setting. You see here, we keep leveling up. It's quite a quick level up. It tells me I got to this level, so I've got a tavern. Let's go there and I'll show you what it's all about. So the tavern is where you are able to basically upgrade your champions. So it's telling us what's going on here anyway. I'm going to skip through that and tell you properly. So you've got a Kale, who's our main hero. It's possible to level up with these brews, which will level up a lot quicker. I don't necessarily need to do that right now. I wouldn't advise you use the brews in that way to start off with. Save your brews, But if you want to try and speed the game up a bit for you in terms of starter hero, it's going to cost you a chunk of silver to do it. But I can get this guy up to level 21. The challenge is I could do that. I still can't progress him to a level 4 star until I've got champions that can feed into him. So to upgrade somebody's rank from a 3 star to a 4 star, you basically have to have, to go from a 3 to a 4 star, I would need 3 more 3 stars that could fill this role, that would go into these slots. So if I wanted to upgrade a 1 star to a 2 star, I would actually only need 1 of these champions, and still they need to be level 1. They don't need to be ranked up as well. So basically the number of stars that you've got here for their level is how many additional champions you will need to upgrade them to the next level. And your whole focus right now will need to be on getting Kale into a 4 star. That's your early game focus. Your next focus will be on getting Kale to a 5 star. That's how the game works. You just kind of want to keep promoting your main hero and focus on them until they are a higher star. You'll see at this stage, all of this other stuff's just unlocked. So I can go into dungeons now. I can go into faction wars. I can go into the arena. My champions are nowhere near strong enough to do that yet. So I would advise just leave it for now. You can have a look at it by all means. You can also go into your Great Hall. The Great Hall is an area that you can build up different levels over time. You get arena tokens. Every time you win an arena fight, you get tokens, which you can then spend in the Great Hall. So as soon as your champions are strong enough, do the arena fights every day. So you get refreshes of arena fights in here, this little one here. If you just have the game on for 3 hours, you'll get arena refresh. You don't even need to play it for that full 3 hours. You can just have it open, basically. So this kind of daily playtime rewards gives you these set of rewards every day. Silver, a shard, a little pot to send people, some energy, and then arena refresh. So that's pretty good. It's worth just having that happen every day, basically. So I'm also doing my daily quests as we go. I've just got one more to do to finish the daily ones. So that's going to be around spending your energy. You see how my energy's topping up here. I'm at 278 out of 39. 39 should be my max energy. What this means is I'm not refreshing any energy because I'm over my max. But this will continue to go up now. I can't stop it. I can't stop growing it because I'm leveling so fast. And what I'd say is the more playtime you put in, the more energy you're going to gain early on by leveling up. And the quicker you're going to get past this kind of pure grind. It's a grindy game anyway. If you're not into a grindy game, then this probably isn't for you. But the hardest thing I would say in this game is to get this level 3 champion up to level 6 and get you into a place where you're actually clearing stuff a lot quicker and able to kind of really promote your game and develop your game. So we just kind of go through, level up the champions. I'm going to cut off here and I'll come back on when my champion's a bit high level. So when you get yourself up to about 10 shards, it's worth pulling 10 of these mystery shards. The idea is you hope to get at least a green or a blue, which is the kind of uncommons and rares. This is a pretty poor pull, really. It's not ideal. I'll roll my last one as well. Never know your luck. Would love to get a rare here. A rare makes the game a bit easier for me. But I didn't. I got an uncommon, so that's kind of the way it goes. If you look at this little indicator here, it just tells you the chances that you're going to get different types of heroes. So, it's basically 3 in 4 are going to be common, 1 in 4 is going to be uncommon, and 1 to 2 in 100 is going to be a rare. But you do get those kind of green shards pretty often. The reason why I pulled those is because my progress missions told me to do so. Progress missions are a good way to just kind of see what level you're at, as I said, and you kind of keep working your way through these. Gives you books, gives you gems, some nice stuff, which just kind of helps you progress through the game, really. When you get further into the game, it also gives you some really good rewards. So that's why I say you should stay on top of them. It's just quite helpful. They also tend to overlap things like the challenges. So some of these challenges that I'm unlocking here is a direct result of doing the same thing as what I needed to do in the progress mission. So it's worth just kind of doing that, keeping this silver rolling in, rewards coming in to you. And yeah, just kind of carrying on through it really. Use my energy now, so I've completed my first daily quest. Gives me some more XP, also gives me a few gems, which is nice. So topping my gems up a little bit, and then you kind of work your way into these weekly rewards. You can actually complete the weekly rewards in 5 days and reset them quicker than a week, which is again worth doing. And the monthly rewards is a full kind of 30-day thing, but you do start getting some good shards when you get to the end of that first 30 days. So again, well worth putting your time into doing those. See here, always collecting my daily stuff, keeping my energy going up. Still up around 500 energy, and picking up my rewards from the tournament as I've gone through those different levels. So now we've got a few more rewards here, another 5 shards. I might as well just crack on and pull those as well. Try my luck. Roll the roulette wheel, see what we get. Any rares want to come through would be nice. So that's good. At least it's a common, uncommon hit spawn. Don't know if he's really a help to me, but even if he's not a help to me in terms of champions, he's an easier champion for me to get to level 3, who I can then use to feed into Kale when I want to upgrade Kale's level. So don't know why this is a bit laggy today, but it is. We see here, so look at 3 commons in a row, 3 uncommons in a row even, which is nice. As I say, much easier to then level up to get my Kale ready to be stronger. And then last one, is it going to be blue? Probably not. I'm live on camera. It's a bit of a delay. No, we've got another uncommon. Actually quite a good one as well. So that's cool. We're I think for the first video I'm going to leave it there. This is going to be the kind of basic intro to the game. I'm going to follow this video up in the series with perhaps a bit more detail then in terms of moving a champion from level 3 upwards and how to start to develop different parts of the game. So this has been Hell Hades. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.